Welcome back to Conference USA Tip-Off Show. We are here with our final school. We start with Middle Tennessee, the Blue Raiders. 28-5 last season, first in Conference USA, regular season and the conference champs, led by head coach Rick Insell and Courtney Winston, their star player, are joining us here today. Coach, I like the color coordination. That is very strong. I like that.
Yeah, the blue, you mean?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we love blue.
The Blue Raiders.
You're right. Not the Red Raiders.
Not the Red Raiders. The Blue Raiders. Coach,
I'm just messing with you.
We always have a good time. I mistakenly called the Red Raiders last year on this show. It will not ever.
That's why we went out and had a good year. You motivated us to have a good year. That way you would remember we're the Blue Raiders.
Correct. You enter your 19th season. What have you learned along the way, along your journey here as a head coach?
Oh, God. You know, it's been a great ride for me. Coming out of high school, I was there for 28 years, and then I was hired by Chris and Dr. McPhee to take over at Middle, and it's been a dream come true. I enjoy every day. You know, I'm in my 70s, and I get just as excited now as I did back 20 years ago going to practice.
That's amazing.
Love practice, love games, love my players. It's been very blessed, very blessed.
Phenomenal season last year, winning regular season and the conference title, moving on to the NCAA tournament. You returned 4 starters from that team. What's the key to building off of that success?
Well, we're very fortunate that, you know, Courtney, she stayed for a 5th year this year, and then we graduated 2 young ladies, and Jalen and Nasia, and you know, it's just and Savannah. We're very fortunate. We had some great players that really, they didn't overachieve. They had the type of year that we felt like they'd have last year. And so now coming into this year, we got Savannah, Courtney, and Jalen, and Nasia back, 4 starters, and we've got some good young kids, not kids, young ladies to go with them. So we're pretty excited about, we feel like all we have to do is stay healthy. We stay healthy, we're gonna be all right.
You've also looked overseas this year. You've had 7 international players in total in your time. You have 5 international players on this roster now.
Love them. Absolutely love them.
What is the key about identifying talent overseas?
Well, I think I have the best recruiter in the country, bar none, and my son, Matt. He's the associate head coach. His contacts in Europe and his contacts in the States are unlimited. And he knows where players are at, and he knows the people that knows where players are at. That's what you got to have in recruiting. And as Courtney has said before, not everybody can come in and be a Blue Raider. You know, it's about our culture. It's about, you know, our winning and what we do off the floor as much as what we do on the floor. So, you know, it's a really neat, Middle Tennessee's a neat place, and being here in Huntsville, we're only an hour and a half. So we feel like that we're going to fill this place up come conference tournament.
I love that. Courtney, we welcome you back, deciding to come back. Tell me about that decision to come back to Middle Tennessee.
Yeah, I mean, I'm huge on loyalty. So when I committed to this man, he told me he was going to be loyal to me, and I owe that to him. So, you know, our community, it's a family. It's my home away from home. So I couldn't live with the regret of not coming back and taking my 5th year.
With so much success last year, what are the goals you've set for yourself and this team for this year?
Yeah, we still have that chip on our shoulder. Like you said, we're Middle Tennessee. Not everybody can play here. So we know that we have high standards for ourselves, our program, and just knowing that, you know, just because we had success last year or the year before, that doesn't promise success this year. We got to continue to put in the same work and the same grind, so we're ready for it.
With the new players that have come in, how have you introduced them to the Middle Tennessee way?
It's, you know, I mentioned this earlier. You take 15 girls from across the country and you put them or across the world rather, and you put them in a locker room and say, get along and let's win a championship. So it's just about getting to know each other, getting to know each other's tendencies as far as personality, you know, how they play. And just, that's the beauty of the game, I think, is just being able to come together and see everybody, you know, have chemistry and unify is great. So,
what have you seen so far from this team?
I think that we have, you know, the core foundation, like you mentioned, and then we have a lot of newcomers that bring something different to our basketball team. I think our system will never change as long as he's coached, but we have different pieces in the system this year that's going to make things good. So.
Coach, you just produced champions. Right now, you got one of your former players, Alicia Clark, in the WNBA Finals.
She's a winner.
She's battling. Any message for her as she goes against the Liberty?
I love her and good luck. She's one of my all-time favorites. She's a competitor. God, the Blues. She's just she knows how to win. You know, I could sit here all day and give you story after story after story on Alicia Clark that would motivate a lot of young ladies across the country. She needs to write a book.
That's incredible. All right, let's talk about the schedule coming up for the Blue Raiders and walk us through some of the highlights.
Well, we open up with Memphis. One of the things we kind of pride ourselves on, we'll play anybody, anywhere, as long as they'll come back to Murfreesboro and reward our fan base. We open up with Memphis, and I think we have Princeton coming in, and then we go to the Bahamas, and we open there with Michigan, with a chance to play DePaul and Ole Miss, maybe Arizona, who knows. And then we come back home and we play Tennessee here in Huntsville. And then we've got to go to Houston. We haven't got much downtime, to be honest with you. I mean, every game that we play, there's a chance for us to be beat. And so we got to go out from the get-go, and we're playing to get an at-large bid into the NCAA tournament and even get a better seed in the NCAA tournament.
Also highlighting that game on ESPN against Western Kentucky on February 24th.
Western is, you know, they're one of our biggest rivals. And, you know, what can I say? We've kind of dominated them.
Ooh, shots fired from the defending champs.
Well, I mean, all you got to do is go look at the record. I mean, you know, what can I say?
Coach Rick Insel and Courtney, thank you so much for joining us. I love the confidence.